But lo and behold, what's happened is the Dodgers have become the team way more so than the Yankees, way more so than the Mets, way more so than any other team that is the behemoth in baseball. They are the hunted, and it just so happens, maybe not coincidentally, although according to Jason Stark, maybe yes, coincidentally, and I happen to agree. The Dodgers are the reigning World Series champions. So naturally, when you win the World Series, there's a lot of attention, even if you're a mediocre team and you're not projected to repeat in any way, you're going to get extra media. They want to see the ring. They want to talk about the banner-raising presentation that you're going to do, what the patch looks like to celebrate your World Series. You know, the huge. But when you're the Dodgers and you follow up an Ohtani offseason by getting Sasaki and re-signing Teoscar and extending Tommy Edman and signing Blake Snell, bringing Kike back, just various things they've done, hoping that you acquired yet another pitcher in Shohei Ohtani, that he's ready to go two ways again, who's not. So the media is there. Then they go, the way it works, let me do a side note, and I know you want me to get to Mookie Betts and what he said, but I just want to tell you that when the media comes to spring training, they have a pecking order of who they want to talk to. The PR people who work for the team, they go to the different players and they say, listen, how about today? Do you want to talk today? Maybe we'll have Betts talk today, and Freddie just talk for a minute or two, and Shohei, we're going to do him tomorrow at a specified time. You try to organize it so it's not total chaos and mayhem when there's more than one player who the media wants to talk to. And Mookie Betts clearly is a player who the media wants to hear from because the perception is the audience wants to hear from him. And Mookie Betts went right into it. And you know this is going to be the theme with the Dodgers all year. How are you going to repeat what you did last year? Because no one's done it in this century since the Yankees in 98 to 2000. That's number one. Number two, how do you feel about the economics of baseball? How do you feel about having a payroll that is $80 million more than the number two, which already is way higher than the others? And Mookie Betts went right into it. He said, we can't keep thinking about being champions again. We haven't even played game one. We have to take care of spring training. And then when game one comes, game one comes. Stop talking about the World Series. We didn't win last year because we were talking about the World Series every day. We won last year because we talked about the task at hand. Mookie Betts is the perfect vessel for a repeat champion. Every time Mookie Betts talks, people in Boston quiver. They go into the fetal position, sucking their thumb in the same way that I did when Cabrera won a Triple Crown. You can't believe that you let that go. Even if you had to, you can't believe it. The funny part is the Red Sox didn't have to. They just did it because they thought they should, needed to, / wanted to. I love what Mookie Betts and Max Muncy are doing. They are trying, maybe with the strategy given to them by Dave Roberts, maybe by Andrew Friedman, maybe by the newly hired Farhan Zaidi, who came over as the fired Giants beleaguered president of baseball ops, and now he's going to do some work with the Dodgers, of course. What a great thing. Side note, when you're a fired GM, you always want to get back into the game as quickly as you can, and you generally do it as a special assistant. Sometimes you go back to being a pro scout or an assignment scout, but you really want to get in as a special assistant to an existing president of baseball ops, and everyone calls their friends. They're friends in the game, mostly except for AJ, and you go through and you say, hey, you know, how about you want to hire me? What's another $100,000? Because you want to keep your name relevant, so you're not trying to get paid what you got paid as a GM. So Farhan gets hired yesterday or the day before to go to the Dodgers, but not just to assist Andrew Friedman. It was said in the rumored release, and I say rumored release because I haven't seen a release. I only saw a rumored X, and that Farhan is going to do special other sports assignments for the owner, Mark Walter. Of course, the first thing that came to my head was Theo. It wasn't good enough that Theo was responsible for stuff going on the field. You got to be responsible for other assets too. Anyway, so whether it's Farhan for an extra 100 grand, whatever his pay is, or Andrew or Dave. You want to get the players focused because you have to deal with what's going to happen all year long, and you want to start today. So Max Muncy comes out and just says, people are always going to find something to complain about. We're just trying to take care of our business, put ourselves in a good spot to make the postseason. And he then was a little self-deprecating about his roster. And he was doing that because he knows that MLB hasn't had a repeat champion since 2000. He knows that they're favored to win 169 games. These players aren't stupid. They understand the position they're in. And the problem when you are that big a favorite, you have nowhere to go but down. And any time in any season when you win 100 games, as you've heard me say before yesterday about the misery of losing, you win 100 games, you've lost 62. You've had a great year. So the Dodgers are going to have to deal with 62 moments in their year when they are going to be questioned. Are you good enough to repeat? Are you playing up to what your payroll is? Because they certainly can't outperform it